I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money.
They just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
Stephen A. Smith has made a surprising claim about Floyd Mayweather. Despite earning more than $700 million from just 2 major fights, Mayweather may now be facing serious financial trouble. According to Smith, the boxing legend was allegedly involved in a $42 million scam, and it could be pushing him toward bankruptcy. While Mayweather's place in boxing history is secure, his money problems may finally be catching up with him.
But are you holding other fighters accountable, like Floyd, for example? I mean, Floyd doesn't even know his opponent's name, so are you holding him accountable too? That Floyd should still be fighting people that, you know, he at least people that know that his opponent's name and stuff. Are you saying the same thing?
Hold on. A couple of things. Number one, last time I checked, Floyd retired. These are exhibitions that he had. I don't even count these. Floyd will tell you that himself. When Floyd, I didn't count Conor McGregor as a boxing match. That was a damn exhibition. I ain't paying no attention to that with Floyd. No way on earth. Not at all. That's number one. Number two, here's where you have to give Floyd his respect. He's a pioneer from the standpoint of his willingness to buy himself out of the contract with Top Rank, free himself up, and not be a prisoner to the promoter. So albeit in a different kind of fashion that Jake is doing it to some degree, Floyd's a pioneer in that regard. And the kind of thing that Jake is taking to another level, Floyd initiated. Julia, that is the truth.
I understand he initiated, but do you think it tarnishes his name to now be taking these bullshit I can't even say it. No, you don't think it does at all?
No. Here's the reason why. He's retired, number one. Number two, he had already proved himself as a world champion, made a whole boatload of money, got $700 million in 2 fights, for crying out loud. He did all of that stuff. Then he retired, and he's announced that essentially these are exhibitions. He's just having fun with it because he's getting old. He's 45 years old now, and he did what he came to do. That's entirely different than a 25-year-old on the come up, knocking people out. Okay? I mean, that's an entirely different ballgame, dude. It's not the same.
Stephen A. Smith has seen Floyd Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle up close, from his massive mansion to his fleet of luxury cars and private jet. Having personally witnessed the results of Mayweather's hard work and discipline, Smith understands just how successful he's been financially. His first-hand experience gives him a unique insight into the boxing star's business skills and how he's managed his money over the years.
What's your definition of toy?
Well, private jet, Enzo, Bugatti. Let's walk over here. I'll show you a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys?
I haven't seen these?
No.
Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 3 more.
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close to 15 million.
New reports are casting serious doubt on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s recent claims about a major real estate deal. Just weeks after he announced that he had purchased 62 rental buildings in Upper Manhattan, calling it his biggest deal ever, Business Insider is reporting that the transaction never actually happened. Mayweather even shared a video on Instagram, saying he bought 6 of the buildings outright, with no partners involved. But according to Business Insider, public records show no change in ownership, and the properties are not registered under Mayweather's name. This has left many people wondering, why would Floyd make such a bold claim if it isn't true? The situation is raising questions about his financial transparency and credibility.
Ever. All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties. And it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself, what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is known as the highest paid boxer in history, thanks to his unmatched talent in the ring and his skill at self-promotion. He officially retired in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of legendary fights and massive earnings. After stepping away from professional boxing, Mayweather continued to make headlines with his lavish spending, from luxury homes in Los Angeles to other high-end purchases that showcased his wealth. But despite his financial success, reports have surfaced about serious money troubles. One major concern was a $22.2 million debt to the IRS. This tax issue was a key reason behind his decision to return to the spotlight through exhibition fights, helping him cover the financial gap while staying in the public eye.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Mayweather's return to the ring wasn't just about the love of boxing, it was also driven by financial pressure. With growing debts and a lavish lifestyle to maintain, he agreed to an exhibition match against YouTuber Logan Paul, but after the fight, Logan Paul made a surprising accusation. He claimed Mayweather never paid him the $3 million they had agreed on for the bout. Logan took to social media to call him out, expressing frustration and saying Floyd hadn't honored their deal. The claim raised eyebrows and added more questions about Mayweather's financial situation.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened?
he paid me. I wish you'd paid me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. It's not a good feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. Not a great feeling.
The buzz around Floyd Mayweather's financial troubles hasn't gone unnoticed, especially by fellow boxing legend and longtime rival Oscar de la Hoya. Never one to hold back, de la Hoya took a jab at Mayweather with a mix of humor and criticism. He laughed off Floyd's ongoing exhibition fights and hinted that it might be time for him to call it quits, suggesting that Mayweather's return to the ring is more about money than passion.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Adding to the growing speculation, Logan Paul joked that Floyd Mayweather might actually be broke. He questioned the image of Mayweather as a financial giant, laughing off the idea that the boxing star was still rolling in cash. Paul hinted that there's a lot of mystery around Mayweather's finances, and that no one really knows where all the money has gone.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
When Floyd Mayweather was asked about Logan Paul's claims of unpaid money during an interview on the Pivot podcast, he tried to downplay the situation. Rather than addressing it directly, Mayweather said he liked YouTube and insisted the payment was just delayed, explaining that money takes time to come through. His response came off as evasive, leading many to believe he was trying to minimize the issue instead of taking responsibility for not paying what was owed.
Logan Paul, he said you owe him some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
And you got to realize, when you used to getting, to them, that's real money. And I like YouTube because I don't mind getting a YouTube check.
Sure, okay. We getting a YouTube check.
Right.
This is going to be a big YouTube check.
Yeah, so, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while. Right. And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 to 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when the tables turn.
Right.
Look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the tables turn, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
In a recent interview with sports commentator Stephen A. Smith, Mayweather was asked if he cared more about his legacy or his money. Known for his lavish lifestyle, Mayweather confirmed that he had made over $800 million throughout his career. However, he emphasized that his main focus was always on building wealth. Former fighter Chael Sonnen also shared his thoughts on Mayweather's finances. Known for speaking his mind, Sonnen suggested that Mayweather's return to the ring after retiring might be a sign that he's run through his money. He pointed out that Mayweather once made an impressive $60 million in a single night, which, according to Sonnen, should have been more than enough to secure his financial future.
First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete over Christian Ronaldo.
You think it's...
I know it is.
So if you had to guess, what do you think's the most Floyd ever made in a fight?
Oh, I think that Floyd's, he's probably made about 60 million before in one night. But no, there's 100 million, 130 million. They just didn't happen. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
You think he blew through all of his money?
I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about 100 million. People think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you, he didn't. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night.
Joe Rogan, the well-known UFC commentator and podcaster, also talked about Floyd Mayweather's habit of showing off his wealth. Rogan pointed out that Mayweather is one of the rare athletes who openly flaunts his luxurious lifestyle. From his massive mansions to his impressive collection of expensive cars and watches, Mayweather seems to enjoy the attention his wealth brings from the public.
The person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still everybody up.
He does.
He's the only guy. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. He kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out of shape.
Dude, the jog home in jeans isn't the torture. The torture is sitting around a bunch of drunk people drinking water in a club. I jog home all night.